Welcome back to my expanded divine panel of the Infinite Eight to divinely intervene as needed for my highest good, aka the highest good. Woo woo. Okay. This session is Gifts Unlocked by and for To the Inner Wild. Season 3, Episode 2, A Higher Priestess. Anyway, ooh, where's my ring? Excuse me. I think that's good. Put on some lipstick. The usual. All right. Oh, yeah. So this is... I forgot to write it down. I'll write it down right now. Okay. This is actually... Fuck. Okay. Give me a second. I need to do something admin-ish. Okay. Half off promo. Was it? Shoot. I forgot. You know, we just copy and paste this stuff. Okay. This is day 2 of 5. Why is it taking up so much space? Half off promo. Day 2. Day dose. Oopsie. Day dose. Okay. Whoops. Psh, ah! Okay, what else? What else do we need in here? We don't need the word the. Take those articles off. All right. Okay, I think I can take the comma out of there as well. It's just unnecessary. Now we're at the full-on characters. That's how it should be. Okay, excuse me. All right, lipstick time. Well, okay. Thank you to all of my subscribers who assisted in boosting me to this portion of my life. Saying stuff. Okay. Okay. All right, so I think we're ready here. Alrighty. Okay, energy cards I have up in here. Left side is 9 of Pentacles on the left side. Left side, how many times do I have to say it? One more time. Well, left side. What are we going to say about it? It is the recipient's side. Is this a new garden? Is this a new garden? Have I elevated? Have I seen another side of the 7 of Wands in its prestige? Probably. You know, like there's layers of dirt, layers of earth that we emerge from, or plants anyway. Perhaps this is a new area of a breakthrough. My candles are doing wild and healthy today. Yeah, one's a little crazy. We have some crazy good energy here. So I feel very lucky. I feel very blessed. Yeah, that's what I'm getting here, because 9 of Pentacles on another side just flat out is codependency, and I don't feel that. Honestly, I do not feel that. I don't feel like I'm over somebody's shoulder or hanging on to anybody. I feel pretty good. Okay. I mean, there's a lot of things that I need to catch up on, but there comes a time or an age that you realize that it's just, life's too short. And nobody else can convince me otherwise of having to rush here and rush there. And that rushing doesn't equate to accountability. So, I'm taking matters into my own hands. Okay, on the right side, speaking of, and taking matters into my own hands is only relevant matters, only things that are mine. Okay, and this is as I approach them. So, nobody else is the CEO of my life but me. So nobody's gonna rearrange the documents, the priority list. Okay, and that's where this is what this is showing me. This is the energy. All right, so I was gonna get like an anime type of thing that I mean, like, I don't know anime too well, and I don't think this is just the illustration of anime. Come on, give me a second, freaking. I'm lifting up my table skirt. Okay, so give me a second. Where are you? Show yourself. Okay, I'll put that one aside just in case. Oh, I was thinking that it was in a different form. This is a Star Spinner Tarot. There's like 6 lovers cards in here, like different variations. It's an all-inclusive deck. But it doesn't go too wild like, I don't know if I have it right here. I'll bring it out on the next run. It's the Next World Tarot. It's a little wild. Yeah. Well, it's just like more open-minded. And, you know, the world's in a little bit of chaos. I mean, we could say that for any era. So maybe on tomorrow's edition, I'll bring out that deck. What deck was that? I know I'll definitely bring it out for episode 16 because it's the Tower card wrapping. It's gosh, what is that called? I don't know. It's chaotic. The world's in shambles. So what do we do? All right, we'll approach that when we get there. Oh, did I say? Well, besides, thank you for the subscriptions and getting me here. This is a celebratory matter in order. Okay, I'm open to personal readings at the promo of half off, whether public or privato. And that shall be, well, this is day 2. Yeah. And all the instructions are in the description. Okay. What I realized yesterday is that someone else vibed with the reading. So if I'm thinking that somebody was just messing with me. I really feel like that. And so maybe that person paid for somebody else's reading. You know, it could have been as simple as that. Nothing goes to waste. All right, so now for the Segue cards, yeah? This or... Nope. No. We could use these. All right, Segue cards. Select or... Okay, that's kind of a lot. All of it? This factoid, yes. This, just here, or select. Select one. Okay, select one from this deck, but these are factual. Okay, one thing at a time. Well, hello there. Thanks for your subscription. All right, this is Segue, okay? 7 of Chalices, Queen of Swords in reverse, and 8 of Chalices in reversal. Okay. 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 So this is kind of like a revival, a comeback, Queen of Swords, but in reversal, like Goddess Kali time, like fee fi fo fum, get the fuck out of my way, bum kind of energy. This is what were we saying about that? It's a comeback energy, but it's a revival. Oh yeah, instead of it being DNR, it's a resuscitation. It's coming back to life. But the next breaths are going. I said breaths, not breaths. The next inhales and exhales are going to be used wisely, quite selfishly, actually. Yeah, probably this is more like holding back on speech until warranted. Because there's 7 of Cups in play here. This is a whole lot of options. A whole lot of resources. They're all good. They're all in flight. They know what they're doing. None of them are competing with each other. And that's how my world should be. And so, because of that, I'm not going to let anything tamper with that. Anyone tamper with that. So, if it means being a bitch, at least I'm going to be the baddest bitch of them all. And it's not about comparing against others. It's just the renewal of self. Like, there comes a time where you really have to set your foot down. Yeah. So there's a difference between pretty privilege and you know, also it's consequence too. If someone has, and I'm not just talking about pretty privilege, I'm just talking about the umbrella of it. So like the halo effect, the whatever, you know, the disadvantage is that people think that they could walk all over you because they think that you have these certain advantages. And so you gotta set your foot down. You have to even out what people see to be this. And so you gotta act accordingly. And so that's me, a higher priestess. I've ascended the past times. All right, this one. Okay. Extroverted. The Sun card in reversal. Extroverted. Someone trying to mess with my throat chakra. They're messing with their own throat chakra. Anyway, everything is seen on blast, like flashlight, floodlight energy. So, that's how I'm seeing things now. Transparency, whether you like it or not, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. The truth. Oh well, you seem to be a new fan. I am quite honored to be your introduction to such a service or craft. I'll say that. All right, so let's see here. Next step is we're done with these for now. Okay, now are the header cards. I feel like the coloring is off, or I need to put on some earrings. I didn't, you know, I kind of roughed it out a little bit today. I did. I don't know. I'm okay. I'm good. I was doing like telepathy to other people who are likely waiting to hear back from me. And instead of scolding or like whimpering like, please, please, more, blah, 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 you know, just like more leniency. I was just like, fuck that. No. I hope you should know that you cannot do this or that I am allowed a considerable amount of time, or that you cannot do this, you know, like I was speaking in those terms. And don't say I didn't warn you, okay? Don't say I didn't warn you. I have perfect record of it right here. Alongside other records that are probably more, you know, more concerning to you and your crew. So anyway, all is seen. I'm seeing things for what they are. All right, so okay, energy. Oh no, we did energy. We did segue. Now the header cards. Header cards are a little different. Okay. These are the dream inspirational. Oopsie. Where did that go? That just flung over there. Dream inspirational cards. Okay. You're funny. Why do you say that? Okay. Now for the header cards. Oh, wait. Is this a header? Personal. Just for me. Internal. External. Internal. External. Internal. Okay, both of these are external. This one's energy. Correct, okay. Same energy, different. These are same energies, okay. I wonder what they are. Okay. This is external. They are indeed external. So, okay. The ship has arrived, meaning 3 of Wands in reversal. The ships are coming in. Oh, the ships are here. Okay. That's what's happening. Okay. That's the 3 of Wands in reversal. It's interpretation of it. You're sweet. No, I see you, Waldo. You're there. Okay, cool, cool. Okay. And so this energy, probably to the team, or this is maybe one of my partners in peace and quiet, someone within my inner circle collectives has been initiated as well. Entering in, orientation, you see? Let in. Interesting. That's crazy. Into a new establishment. We're talking about the establishment that does this, rather than psh, like that, you know? Like that. And then, okay, this one's energy. Okay, so this is a sense of freedom. This is good. This may be a psychic because this is called a higher priestess. So there's freedom here. You know, like Rapunzel let down your hair, but this time this is like a bed sheet, I don't know, tied together, you know, torn and tied together for the exit plan. But you see, do you see, this is a sense of freedom for this individual. It's true. Now, it's not me, because they're saying that I'm already there. I've received this card before for myself. And it was very much relevant. This one's on like speed dial energy. Things are moving really quickly, whereas for me, it was quite unexpected and just like, surprise! This one is like, I think it was warranted. Actually, yeah, warranted. And so things are expedited for them. This is, so I'm like, okay, if I'm supposed to be selfish, what does this matter to me? Other than that, it's for my collective and it's like, yay for them, you know. This means that, just as we were talking about on the previous read, how if there's a mess, collectively, we should, if we're freed up, to clean up, assist in cleanup, because it overall helps with the boosting, what do you call it? Property, shit, I forgot what you call it. Property value. And so same thing with this, energetically speaking. If any of our collective, especially if they're on our inner circle, and the closer the inner circle goes, the better it is energetically for the whole. And that means that they're working, they get to work, not just closer to their capacity and potential, but also, I forgot what we were going to say about that, but we can at least say capacity and potential. Oh, at optimal speed as well. When you feel freer, it's almost like a weight has been, you know, lifted. And so, Okay, so those are the header cards for me. Wait, is this a new add-on? No. Okay, so somebody that's already in the inner circle. Okay. That's just for me. What does that mean? Why would it be like such a huge signifier though? Like in my lap, kind of. They're part of the Partners in Peace and Quiet crew. Okay, so that's good. That's good. That's an inner circle. Okay. All right. So header cards for this reading. Okay. Boop. 3, 2, 1. Cheese. What is it? It split to there. Whatever. Left side is an immediate download. Oh. Okay, so there is, okay, on the recipient side, some dude who resembles Jesus, the Messiah, Yeshua. Yes, Yeshua. Is experiencing supreme downloads. And angelic TLC. Caught him by surprise, almost like goofy-footed. But it is very sudden, very stark on the recipient side. Okay. Okay. I don't know them, but they know me. I mean, one alternate message is that they may be strictly religious, but then there's something otherworldly within their downloads that come into the assist that releases any kind of like hindrance or aversion to whatever I do for a living. But overall, the primary messaging is true. Okay, yeah, the primary is. Okay. And so on the right side, this is rather strange because it feels like I'm just so used to talking for myself. But, okay. We're expanding our horizons. On the right side, the doing side, there are calls being made. To get the truth. Do you remember that? On the... One of the cards. Oh, yeah. The answers deck. You see the flooring right there, and then the mirror, remember? So a call is being made to get the truth of some matter. Okay, so people are being enlightened in several ways. If this is a higher priestess, that means that others surrounding me doing the work are also naturally elevating. That means that people within their own kaleidoscope of stories, you know, their facet, is experiencing some kind of otherworldliness, and it appears in something like an essence of luck. Something definitely, I would say, extraordinary there. It's not just out of the ordinary, it's extraordinary in these matters. It's like, what is it, ruffling some feathers in the background? Yeah. Thanks. And it's giving some people the boot, or even making some people feel like more poverty stricken, or having to pull back a bit on their finances. Remember there was a old lady that lived in a shoe or something like that. I think there's an elementary book of that. But there's also like Mother Goose, and there was an old lady that lived in a shoe, something like that. Giving like Mrs. Weasley vibes. But she found, she did what she made the best out of that. So that's in its most positive aspect there. What else? There is someone unknown. I thought that this was just a rando hand coming out from the sea, but I didn't realize until now that it's attached to somebody. Do you see underneath the water? So someone incognito is within the assist of making those calls out, because someone that's really set in stone, almost like the Statue of Liberty, has become more active in whatever needs to be clarified. Holy crap, I didn't think that all of this was going to happen here. Okay, so those are the header cards. I was just trying to be selfish and do me, and just like, okay, I'll go with this. I'm not used to it, but okay. And apparently it's giving me a little bit of everything. Okay, so we started. Okay, I need to put the boxes away. Okay. All right, so move forward with what? Okay, since they did ring, 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 we're going to do the answer deck. Oops. Come hither. Oopsie, what happened here? Okay. Oh my gosh, it's nearly half an hour? Where did the time go? What was I doing? What were I doing? Like, the chat is small, which is like no big deal. But like, I only have a few cards out, and what was I talking about? Holy crap. I know it wasn't taking that long to put on lipstick. I didn't do anything crazy. Anyway, okay. So, expanded divine panel of the infinite eight, a higher priestess. What do you want to tell me as far as these calls that are being made? What answers shall be revealed? Okay. Clarity, holy crap. And the woman of the world. Oh, you know what? You remember the Neon Demon, where I thought this was like justice system. Like I thought it was gearing more towards that. But remember in the Neon Demon where the lady who was like a personal assistant in arranging for everything, she played Joan in Mad Men. Okay, she definitely has that kind of look, you know, in making those calls out. But that's what it feels like with the woman of the world over here, and trying to get answers. But I don't know, dude. Let me find out a little bit more. Okay. Let me get like a singular card on this just to clarify, okay? Because it does look like, remember, it was like I was supposed to get the part. I was a shoo-in for whatever this thing, whatever it was, but then somebody who like did a, you know, like, um, did naughty things in order to, you know, become a part. Or, you know, like it could have been just like association. They could have just been, I don't know, favors kind of energy. Whatever favors are, if they're afters or not. There, you know, like there's, I ask, and this is me. This is that other energy. Weird. I don't know. Let me go ahead. I don't want to jump to conclusions. It's true though, but you know, there's so many things happening in this world. I went on, like, I barely ever go to my IG. But I did for just a tiny bit, and there was this feed on somebody who is like an actor, and he is in plays a lead role in one of the series that I watch, and he was talking about, you know, things that were happening, and just like all of these niche stories that are not as put out there. Mm, I don't watch the news because there's a lot of politics within the news as well. And it's not being lazy as far as having to discern between this and that. I just know that there's a lot of clutter. And a lot of lies. So it becomes like this lifelong journey of having to keep up with what's true and what's not, when I feel like if I can sense that within the locality or at first-hand account, then I'm good to go with that. But I don't need to drown myself in other people's problematic features, and all, you know, all of that. And so anyway, I just, you know, this just seems very like small town, but fuck, it's my life, you know what I mean? That's not small town. that's all my town. And so let me just, okay. Six of Wands in reversal. Okay. So it's something that wasn't a win. No, it's a pending win. Okay. Well, very nice. Very nice. I believe it's relating to that. There's no, I mean, I'm looking at all of the clues, but I think there's actually more energies in my arena now. And I'm not used to, I'm so accustomed to the small town type of energy that when there's a greater collective involved, there's more information. And so I didn't account for that. I like it. It's a new puzzle. It's moving from like a 50-piece puzzle to a 1,000-piece puzzle. That's what it kind of feels like in my head. It's like, wait. It could go right here, there, or over there. And so the clarity is a little bit of a mishmash. So this is going to help me fine tune. Okay. All right. A little bit more on these calls. Yeah. Okay. Tell me a little bit more. Just this one? Okay. Love. There's love. Okay. It turned into a love story. That's funny. More of this, yeah? No. Both? They said both. Scandal in reverse and truth in reverse. Okay, so again, we get the truth card. Okay, so a scandal has been revealed. However, not all of the truth has been, you know, dug up. And so I think that's why the calls are being made. Yeah, not everything is being reflected accordingly. Like there's snippets cut out of the story, or even like hearsay is a little bit embellished or pickpocketed, like cherry-picked energies. And I noticed this also in in looking at email transmissions. When people send email attachments to other emails, not all of the emails are in that attachment. That's not all, that's not the full thread. That's so it's being presented as the full truth, a presentation, a painted doctored picture of the truth. And unless you question as to whether or not those are full, all of the communications by all parties, then they're going to pass it off as the truth. Like, you know, they're going to play you like you're dumb. And so there's that. Okay. Meditating. Meditating is very good, yes. Okay, so there's that. I know this because it's like, even when you bring it into a local scale, and we're talking about the scale of friends, part of the expression of like door-to-door loyalty is having each other's back in, and that means lying for them as well. That means also fibbing the truth. That means also disguising certain things. That means covering for somebody's alibi. And you know, I have not lived that life, so I haven't lived that life. So I don't really see the value in it, other than, it just didn't fit me either. So anyway, what are we saying about this now? Really not much, but okay. Anything more from here? Not yet. Okay. Here? Okay. Okay. Anything more that needs to be said on this? No, they said just leave it be for right now. Okay, so this is a higher priestess. What else do you want to talk about? What do you want me to convey? What do you want me to know? So this is just basically giving it breathing room. Page of Cups in reverse. So this is self-love, self-care, carry on with what I'm doing in various facets. Okay. And definitely including this first. And this is second. Okay. Six of Cups. Friends. Friends. Kinship. But this is like more like platonic. Like people who are down for you. For me. You see, like people who, like my riot crew, who will do something about stuff, and it pretty much angers them, whatever has transpired, and I'm like trying to soften the character so it doesn't get the worst of this energy, you know? Like there's do what you will, but you do not need to get that upset. Do not let it upset you. Just do what you will. Okay. Ace of Swords in reverse. 8 of Coins. And 9 of Coins in reversal. Okay. So this could be in total, wait, 9, right? Yeah. So it could be 17 Pentacles, or the Ace of Pentacles in reversal. Oh, definitely. What? Is it really still talking about that? It's still pertaining to this thing, this fitting the part. Yeah. Definitely fitting the part, because it's like having to pin down something as well. Like somebody has taken matters into their own hands. Oh my God. Yeah. Taking, like, why, you know, so they're being confrontational and doing their own like detective work. Like, who knows this person to validate that this happened? And it's not getting analytical about it, but it's more like, who's behind this for real? Like, and for what, you know? Because 17 is the star card. And even when you do the math on this, that would be like -1 pentacle. That would be the golden ticket, basically. You know, it's in the bag. Like, why didn't it happen like that? Because either way you see it, I was supposed to get the part. There's something wrong with all of that. And so somebody's investigating, on a more like local, like personal hood level almost. Yeah, they're doing their own inspections, like checking underneath the hood, that kind of energy. Okay. More data on that. Okay. No, it's this way. So it's the Chariot card in reversal, extroverted. So it stopped things. Like, whoever's doing this, like, investigating part, sorry, I just made my tea, so it needs to be aired out. Like, oh no, not by the mic. Go to it right here. I think that'll be just fine. No, I'll put it right here. I don't want to put it behind me. Who knows what I'll do with it being back there. Hey, how are you? How was work today, honey? Okay, excuse me. Excuse me. Okay. I don't know what happened to my thingy, so I don't... It's hard to read when there's no... Okay, maybe I pushed it off to the side. I don't know. We don't know. Okay. Yeah, so whoever this knight, or I want to say king of... Or no, knight of swords. Or it could be king of swords. It's got to be a king of swords or someone like that. Like... Because for it to stop the gears in motion, like to stop stop the camera from running, you know, stop or rolling, whatever, they would have to be a very big piece in the orchestration of it all. So it's stopped a few things. Huh. Okay. Wow. Okay. Okay, back to this. This is strange. Oh my God, my eyes. Things are good. Yeah. I mean, I expected for people to be like, really gnarly and abrasive and curt and a total dick in real life, but I haven't received a response like that yet. Like trying to corner me into a certain plot. Yeah, I mean, I'm very tempted on reading cards on them. I might actually do that shortly. So, but first off, like, what's going on over here? Here. My candles are working better now. They had to kind of like share. Like, I had to do like alchemy with my candles. Justice in reverse and wisdom. Information is really coming through here. So maybe it does have to do something affiliated with quartz and partially with what's happening in my personal locality. Okay. I'm not understanding how all these pieces are working together with like a new like freedom set for the, hold on, I want to see freedom. And then new downloads. Oh, okay. So this is like the version of a soap opera. I wouldn't say this is really a soap opera, but it's they all tie in together at some meeting point. They're all relative per a certain situation, resolution, etc. The pieces like are relevant, and so what happens in one's personal life also is impactful to what's happening in a situational collective. And so that's why it is important to me. And as a higher priestess, that means that it's, you know, more on a not just a bird's eye scope, but more like satellite scope. And so that's what we're looking at here. Okay. That's why everything looks more pixelated and fragmented. Okay. I get it now. Okay. Okay. Oh, you're so sweet. My heart is fluttering. No, it's very sweet. Let me fix my next tie. My next tie. I can't even talk straight when people talk to me all sweet. Is this working right here? Hold on. Did I put this on backward? No, okay, there we go. All right. Facts. All right, anything else that I need to know from here? No. Okay. What was I gonna ask about that stuff? About the other stuff. There's a lot to do. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to leave it open for them for what they want me to see, because there's so much to lay eyes on. I don't want to get cornered into a fraction of it that is just like, we don't need to, you know, meddle in the details, you know, like that's its own trap. I got to figure what this new life is all about. Okay, Six of Pentacles in reverse. It's time to receive, okay? This is also a preservation of one's own assets, like the acknowledgement that I can't be like I can't be running gambles and betting on, okay, well, you know, they say if you have to spend money to make money. And so here it's like, let's just kind of like hone in for a second. There are other ways to go about things while we're in these shoes. So tell me a little bit more about the Six of Pentacles in reversal. Okay, again, the same way. Same way for this one. Emerging from the dark night of the soul. Okay. So this is, you know, a local success story and being able to transgress areas of life that try to put you into a box, whether that be representative of a person, or their client or colleague or business entity or whatever, okay? And so when you knock those walls down, rather than just like hop out of the box or knock it down. Like you can't just bust out with like, okay, now I can do this, now I can do that. No, this is being more, is it frugal? No, frugal isn't the feels of it. This is more like, well, I don't want to put myself in the box again. Yeah, I still need to maintain the lights in the area. It's that. So anything else that I need? So it's like back to basics. Oh yeah, two. This is High Priestess. So it is back to the basics. It's the awareness of your current situation, and it's not downplaying it nor making it out to be more than what it is. And so what lays on the floor underneath me is 9 of Wands, extroverted, and 2 of Pentacles. All right. Prominently this way. Okay, so but the 2 of Pentacles can go either way. It's just more energy is there. Okay, so I'm going to read it more inverted. 9 of Wands in reversal, and 2 of Pentacles. They're both inverted. Okay, so then okay, when you have a lot on your list and you prioritize it and you realize there's still too many priorities for one day, you have to kind of say no to certain arenas without having to answer to someone else saying, well, I had this going on, well, I had that going on, and or in its more defensive mode rather than attitudey patootie, barking at somebody. Like the more mature thing to do is like people who get where you're at don't need the theatrics of where you're at. They understand the people who have like not succumbed to the temperamental natures of life situations. They will understand you most. If that's where you're at and that's where they've been, only those people can really understand you and get you. Okay, so everyone else is just a lost cause in trying to convince. Okay, that's just how it is. People can only speak to what they know, and comprehend at that level. Okay, you can give them like an abstract, at most, at best, if they appreciate artistry, the patience of the knowing, then they would appreciate it in its like abstract form. Okay, I can see where you're going there. But most people are not like that. And so you have to do what's best for you. Okay, it is a huge cliche, especially when you're exiting some kind of group or partnership or job. Truly, you have to do what's best for you. When you look at all of your life experiences, who understood you and who didn't, if you could just like cut out the portions that just didn't work out and was just like felt like excess, those would be those parts. So anyway, the other 2 that fell like this is Page of Wands in reverse, Page of Cups in reverse, and 8 of Cups. Okay. Okay. So, the part of like addressing your inner child in growth is knowing that not all of the energies like that keep you behind are the ones that are trying to strangle you. Okay, some are obvious, like keep you where you're at. Okay, whether that's by physical physical placement or energetically, you know, like mentally, spiritually, whatever. You know, some are obvious, like the shit starters, okay? Some are also the initiates, you know, they're just budding, that are, you know, if you're, let's say, a teacher or someone people look up to, that are just about to start. Like, you see the spark in them, you want to be, you like, definitely, okay? And then there's also the secret admirer type of energy. Those good vibes, you know, that are willing to pour into you, but like there's a sense of also like they can't like commit in fullest form, but they help hold you over, help hold your day over, you know. So the comfort level of the inner child is something that must also be addressed, and what keeps you stuck, what keeps you there, what keeps you from moving forward. So this is a level of familiarity, and it influxes between familiarity and complacency. Like, I know this, and you know, everybody gets stuck in this. Like, whether you work the left hand path or the right hand path, everybody encounters that. And so there's that. Okay, so this is where Tina grows up. A higher priestess. Okay, so it's not like something, oh, you're granted and you can just do the same shit over and over. So in its softer sense, without having to scold me, that's basically what they're saying. If we're going to translate it into military form, that would be it. You can't do the same shit over and over. Okay, you gotta, you know, work certain areas of your vehicle in order to like, how are you going to know what needs to be maintained if you're not paying attention to, you know, these different facets? And so you got to prioritize, and you just have to do it matter of fact, and that it keeps things in balance. Okay, so in, what do you call it, in reading between the lines, this is a devil card in reverse. This is because there are certain facets that we like better than others. And so we can narrow into just one thing. And so that's what I'm trying not to do with my work here anyway. Hey, and that's where I'm at. Thanks for all the emojis. You know how long it took me to, well, I'll just say, it took me a while to transfer my mental state to call, to move from emoticons to emojis. When do they start calling them emojis? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why the rationale, like, I don't understand. I just know that at some point, the pound signal became a hashtag, and emoticons became emojis, and you know, I just I'm I'm becoming a higher priestess for sure in that aspect. Yeah. So I mean, it's not as simple as saying like the chain of emails move to like threads. No, that is actually, you know, parallel. But that was an easier transition for me because the thread is, you know, like it makes sense. It relates. It's not just slang. So yeah. So anyway, let's move on here. Okay, so this is definitely talking about the maturation. It's not just like moving along with what you have to do. It's not just the coarseness of it. This is about mental clarity. This is about mental and physical and emotional discipline. That's what maturity is. And so without having to veer into like the prestige of like, oh, I want to be graceful, or aspiring to be a certain way, like a certain concept that I'd like to be. This is like, let's start with the basics, okay? Because grace is not gonna fucking matter if you don't have the like substance portion covered. Like if we're looking at like old Hollywood, everyone moved in style and grace. Who the fuck cares? Do you remember what happened like in the back rooms and all of that? Like, and that's all that we're paying attention to now. And especially with all the crazy things happening constantly in the world, that this is a good start. This is a good start with each and every one of us. Okay, so moving to here. Okay, a higher priestess. 6. Okay, so there's the Lovers card right there. It's female. It's a female, I believe. And then this one is the Temperance card in reverse and Justice in reverse. So this is Temperance, like this is like I'm hearing like be a whole lot of money, but this is a whole lot of intuition, untapped, you know. This is